Hello everyone. So hopefully all of you are doing well, and we were studying the properties of acids, and we are continuing our topic, that is the property of acids. So next property of acid is handling acidic food stuff in household. We studied various type of various properties of acid, that how acid react with metal hydrogen oxide, how acid react with uh, metal carbonate and metal hydrogen carbonate, and how acids go with phenolphthalein and methyl orange. So we studied various properties of acids. Now another property of acid is handling acidic food stuff in household. We know that in everyday life, in everyday life we used to eat so many acidic food like pickles, and sauces, jams, jellies, and many other curd, yogurt, and we used to eat so many types of acidic food stuff in our daily life. So we have to, or we should keep some mm, uh, we can say safety measures are very necessary and important, so that uh, as we can understand that how acids reacts with metals. We know this, how acids react with metals. Any acid which goes with metal, it will form a salt. We know about this, okay, and it forms water molecule. We studied this. So if we are using any acid, and if we used to keep these acids in metal boxes or metal bottles, okay, this acid, the food which contain acid, okay, the food which contain acid, the food is in the form of pickle, jam, jelly, sauce, yogurt, whatever. So food which contain acid, if we keep them in metal bottles or in metal boxes, it will, this acid will react with this metal, this acidic food will react with this metal bottle or boxes, and again this reaction will go on and it will produce a salt. So instead of eating a good acidic food, we are going to eat some salt which is produced by this reaction of acid and metals. That's why we have to take some precautions, and we can't put acidic food in these metal boxes. So we have to replace these metal boxes and metal bottles uh, in glass or ceramic or clay bottles or boxes. So we can use glass bottles or ceramic bottles or clay bottles to put our acidic food. So when we put our acidic food in glass, ceramic or clay bottles, the acid will not react with them, and there will be no formation of any salt, because there are so many types of salt, like if we use uh, copper bottle, and if we put any type of acidic food substance in this copper metal bottle, so definitely it will form a toxic substance. So any acid will form a salt, and salt will be in form of copper and another acid, molecule of acid, and copper is metal, and another molecule will be, or another atom will be of any acid which we have kept into this. So definitely it will be some it will be some acid, and it will produce water. So this copper bottle will produce any type of salt with acid we kept in this in the form of food, and it will form a salt, and copper salt are highly toxic and they can cause life threat. That's why we don't need to put them. So to come over this problem, if we want to use any metal, definitely if we want to use metal, we cannot live without metal. So if we want to use any type of metal, and we want to use metal boxes for putting acidic food, so we can use a metal which is known as tin. Okay, tin. So or it is a copper bottle. So just we can use a thin layer of copper. We can use a thin layer of copper over this copper, thin layer of tin, sorry. This is a copper bottle, and we can use a thin layer of tin over this copper bottle. This whole copper bottle is made up of copper, but for safety or precaution measure, we use a very very thin layer of tin inside this copper bottle. Okay, so now the acid won't react with this tin, and because tin is very less reactive thing or less reactive metal, so the copper will not go with this, sorry, the tin will not react with acid. Definitely there will be no reaction, and by using this we can use metal, and we can save our lives from eating a toxic salt, because a tin never goes with acid or tin never reacts with acid because it is very less reactive metal. Now another property of acid is chemical nature of acid. And what do all acids have in common? We know that all acids have one thing in common, that all of them can release H plus ions. This is one thing which is common in all acids. Each and every acid can release H ions. Okay, if this is HCl, it will release H plus Cl. You know about this. Okay, one part is positive and one part is negative. If it is H2SO4, it will form 2H plus two atoms of, or it will release two hydrogen protons or two H plus ions, and SO4 will be remain like this. So we know about this, that each and every acid contain hydrogen and it can release hydrogen ions. And acid are the substances which contain hydrogen and which dissolve in water and gives hydrogen ions. So this is acid, this is H2HCl, or this is H2SO4, or this is nitric acid. Okay, they cannot release their hydrogen ion by their own. Okay, they need something to release their hydrogen ion. They need something, okay, to release their hydrogen ion. And what is the thing they need? That is known as water or aqua. Water is also known as aqua. So acids cannot release their hydrogen ion by their own. Okay, they cannot release, they HCl cannot release hydrogen ion by its own. It cannot release. They need something, that is water. And as soon as these acids come in contact with water, as soon as any acid come in contact with water, they will release their hydrogen ion and chlorine ion, or they will release their hydrogen ion, or another hydrogen is a positive ion, it is also known as proton. So don't think that this is acid and it can release its H ion, or all of these acids can release their H ions whenever they want. Definitely no, they will release their H ions only when they will come in contact with water. So water is a releasing agent. Okay, water, it is also known as aqua. It is also known, it is a releasing agent. Okay, only water can make release hydrogen ions, which is known as the property of acids, because each and every acid can release hydrogen ion, we know, but they alone cannot do this. They need water to release their hydrogen ions. Okay, each and every acid needs water to release their hydrogen ions. Remember this, this could be asked. Okay, now I'm moving to next point, that is hydronium ions. Now what is this hydronium ions? Let's look at this experiment. This is a test tube and it is filled of HCl. This is our hydrochloric acid. Now remember that HCl is made up of H plus and Cl minus. Okay, this is also known as proton. But whenever I put something, I want to taste whether this HCl is acidic or not, I will use a blue litmus paper. Remember that what is blue litmus paper? We can make blue litmus paper. So I put blue litmus paper, but I will not get any type of result. There will be no result. Okay, this acid is not able to convert this blue litmus paper into red litmus paper. Why? So this is because this, that is sure that this is HCl and it is acidic, but this HCl is not dissociating. This HCl is not dissociating into this H plus and Cl minus till water is added, or anything which is relevant to water, we can say any humidity or anything, water vapor is added. So when we put blue litmus paper into this HCl containing test tube or beaker, there will be no result because HCl cannot dissociate into these ions, remember, like H plus and Cl minus. So it cannot dissociate by its own, it needs something. So as soon as we add water to this HCl ion, okay, as soon as I add water to this, I add water to this, and as when I add water to this HCl will get dissociate, it will break down into H plus and Cl minus, and now there are is full of H plus and Cl minus, H plus and Cl minus, and when this HCl come in contact with this blue litmus paper, this blue litmus paper will turn into red. So remember, or okay, now what would happen in this test tube? Two things are happening. That first of all, HCl is not able to release its H plus and Cl minus. As soon as I add water to it, it will release its H plus and Cl minus, and the water molecules, other water molecules, because I have added water to this, and this water molecules will come in contact with this H plus ion, this dissociated H plus ions. So in dissociating of HCl, there is a need of water in its dissociation. If you will not add water to this, there will be no test, and HCl will never claim that I am an acid. You need to add water for the dissociation. So here it is not an acid, it is just HCl, but as soon as we add water, it will dissociate into this and this, and now this HCl has expressed its H plus. So now as soon as it release it H plus, or it is dissociate, now we can say that this is acid. Okay, now water is present, we know that water is present, we added water. So this H plus ion goes with this H2O, and the final reaction will be H3O plus Cl minus, because this H plus added with this H2O, and it will form H3O and Cl. So the total reaction will be like H3O and Cl instead of H plus and Cl when we add this into water. So this H3O is known as hydronium ion. Remember this is known as hydronium ion. So when an acid dissociates, obviously it will dissociate in water. So when an acid dissociates in water, only water can dissociate it. This is not acid, now this is acid, and this acid will come within the contact with this water molecule, and finally it will form H3O. This H plus and this H2O plus will form H3O plus Cl minus. Okay, and this H3O is known as hydronium ion. So this H plus ion before adding to water and this H3O ion after adding with water, both are same, both are expression of acidity, both of them shows that they are acidic. So both of them are expression of acidity, and both of them are acidic in nature. But as soon as this H will get released from water, or sorry, this H plus get released from this HCl, as soon as it get released, it will get added with this H2O, and it will form H3O. So this is the formation of H3O ion. So both this H plus hydrogen ion, this is hydrogen ion, this is hydrogen ion, and this is hydronium ion, hydronium ion. Okay, don't forget this. Both of them are the show off, or we can say that when anything release this H plus, it will go with, it will get added with this H2O, and it will form H3O. So both of them are indicators of acidity, or we can say that any acid can release this H plus and H3O, but first they release H plus, and when this H plus get added with this H2O, it will form H3O. So in this complete reaction, you can write both things. You can write both things. Either you can write H plus and Cl minus, or if you want to add it with to water, because we cannot dissociate acid without help of water. Remember that acid cannot dissociate itself, like I want to release my H ion and I will release it. No, it needs water, and as soon as you do this, this water will get added to this and it will form H3O plus Cl. So both the reactions are correct. This is primary form and this is secondary form, and both of them are indicators of acidity. Something is having acidic. So all these acids, all acids go with the same reaction. They need water for their dissociation, and as soon as they come into contact with water, they will form H3 ion, or which is known as hydronium ion. So this rule applies to all acids. All acids will form hydrogen ions as well as hydronium ion. Sorry, this is hydronium ion, H3O, and it will form by adding water molecules, that is H3O plus. Okay, hopefully you understand this. So these are hydronium ions. These are hydronium ions produced by each and every acid when it comes in contact with water, and water definitely needed to release H plus ion. If this ion will not get released, it will never form. But if we want to release this, we need water. We need water to release it. Now we are going to test something else, that we are going to test that how an acid reacts with water, or we can say water molecule. It can be in form of water or it can be in form of water vapor. So water in the form of liquid or water in form of gas. Now we are going for an experiment. This is our test tube. Okay, this is our test tube. This is our test tube. I add sodium chloride to this. This is a salt. This is metal part and this is non-metal part. So they are forming salt. This is our common table salt. Table salt we used to eat. Okay, and I add H2SO4. You can add any type of acid, but I want an strong acid. So I want a strong acid. Okay, so I am adding H2SO4 to this. Now what would happen? This acid will react with this salt. Okay, this acid, this is acid. This is a very new reaction. I didn't tell you about this reaction, that what happened if acid works with salt. So this is acid and this is salt. So the reaction will be this H2SO4 reacts with this NaCl, and we know this is a simple displacement reaction. You just have to displace something. So this Na will come here. Okay, and it will form NaHSO4 plus HCl. This is the result. This is also salt. This is a salt. Name of the salt is sodium hydrogen sulfate. Okay, this is sodium, this is hydrogen, and this is sulfate. So this is a salt, definitely. Why this is salt? Because this is a metal part, Na is metal part, and HSO4 is non-metallic part. And what we get, that we will get this HCl gas. Okay, this HCl gas will release out. Okay, now I want to test something. I want to test something, that as soon as this HCl gas, okay, this is gas, will release out, I will put a blue color, I will put a blue color litmus paper to test. This is a blue color litmus paper, and I will put this blue color litmus paper on the mouth. This is blue color litmus paper. We know, you know that how we made blue color litmus paper. Okay, blue litmus paper. Okay, and if we know that this HCl is acidic in nature, because HCl, hydrochloric acid, everyone knows, and even though this is a strong acid, but when this HCl gas comes into contact with this blue litmus paper, there is no reaction. No reaction. And we were supposing that this blue litmus paper will turn to red. We were supposing that this blue litmus paper will turn to red. Definitely. But there is no reaction. Why this happened that there is no reaction or nothing will happen when acid comes into contact with this blue litmus paper? Now the reason behind this that this is HCl gas and this litmus paper is totally dry. Okay. It doesn't contain any amount of water or any amount of humidity. So whatever you do, whatever you think, whatever you suppose that blue litmus paper will turn to red, but now this HCl is not able to release its H plus ions. This HCl, this is acid, hydrochloric acid, it is not able to release its hydrogen ion. So if it is not able to release its hydrogen ion, it is not more an acid, or it can't to prove anything which is not able to release its hydrogen ion. Okay. We learned several times that this is known as glucose, and this is our alcohol. Okay, both of them are having H, both of them are having H, but they can't release their H plus. That's why they are not acids. Okay, because they, though they are having H plus, but they don't have any capacity to release H plus. That's why they are not acids. Now here, this is obviously this is gas of HCl, but it is not able to release H plus and Cl minus. Why so? Because everything is dry. Okay, there is no humidity. This HCl gas is very much dry, and in dryness, or and this litmus paper is also dry, and in this such type of dryness, this HCl cannot release its H plus ions, and it blue litmus paper will never change, or it can't change its shape. Now I did something new, that as soon as this HCl gas will release by this equation. Okay, equation, we learned about this equation. This is the equation. You have to learn this. Remember one thing, that this experiment is given in your NCERT book, but this equation is not provided to you, and all the experiment which I'm telling you is not provided in your book, but you could be asked, and definitely you will be going to ask by your exams about this equation and everything. So you have to learn this. Though this is not in your NCERT book, this experiment is just, there are hints of this reaction and experiment, but there is not full description. Now this HCl gas is coming out, and I use a litmus paper. This is obviously a blue litmus paper. This is blue litmus paper, but I did something, that I wet this litmus paper. I made it wet. I add some drops of water, and now as soon as I wet this when this HCl gas come in contact with this blue litmus paper, this blue litmus paper will turn into red. It will turn into red. Okay, it will turn into red. So now why this happened because now this HCl is able to release its H plus and Cl minus ions. It will form, it can release it. The H ions are released. H ions are released. And now as soon as these H ions are released, there will be result. There will be result. The blue litmus paper will red. Okay, the part which I wet by water. So in this case, this H plus will, this H plus, this as soon as this HCl come in contact with water, this HCl will get added with water molecules which were previously present on this litmus paper, and they will form H3O plus and Cl minus. So hydronium ions are produced. Hydronium ion are produced after H plus ions. But there is a expression of acid, or this HCl can say that I am acid. So what we needed, we need, or what HCl needed, or what any type of acid needed. The need is the presence of anything, but generally we can say aqua or water is need of any type of acid to release its H plus ion, and after that this H plus ions will form these hydronium ions. Otherwise we cannot say that anything is acid, despite they are not able to release their hydrogen ions, and after that they will make this hydronium ions. So this is the test you have to learn. You could be asked that what would happen if we don't use uh, wet paper, or if we use dry paper, what will happen? So you have to answer all these questions. Okay, now this is experiment from our book. Here and NaCl is used, and here H2SO4 used, and a gas will release, and this gas is known as HCl gas. Okay, now this is a blue litmus paper. Okay, and if you want to test something, okay, if you want to test something, the gas will release like this. Okay, now why we are using two test tube? Remember, there is always humidity and atmosphere. Humidity. Okay, right now we are in rainy season. There is lots of humidity, and even in winters, or even in summers, or in rains, each and every season brings a lots of humidity. Sometimes there is more humidity, sometimes there is less humidity, but there is humidity. Okay, so when this HCl gas passes through this, okay, there are two test tubes, and when HCl gas passes through this, when this HCl gas passes through this, okay, sometime this HCl catches humidity. Suppose this HCl passing through this, and it can catches humidity. It can catch humidity because humidity is always present in nature. We can feel the humidity whenever we put something open. It will get humid and very soft, so it will catches humidity. Now if HCl catches this humidity, it is not more a HCl gas, but it is something which is humidity with it. Humidity, it catches humidity with it. Okay, so when we will test this test tube, okay, I want to test this test tube, and it is releasing HCl, and it catches humidity. So this is not only HCl, but also something like humidity, or something is water. It catches water from atmosphere, and when I will test this with this blue litmus paper, even though I am using the litmus paper which is totally dry. Okay, it is totally dry, fully dry. But this HCl is not alone. It is having humidity with itself, because when it is releasing from this test tube, it will get some humidity, because there is full, test tube was full of humidity and water vapor. Okay, because of environment. So though I'm using a fully dry litmus paper, but it will definitely show result, and result will express that it will turn into red, because this HCl is not alone, it is with this humidity. But here in another test tube, I will use an apparatus, so as HCl will release, this apparatus will soak out all the humidity. It will soak all the humidity. It will soak out all the humidity, and when this HCl will release out, it is only HCl. It is only HCl without any humidity. In first test tube we studied that it will catches humidity from this test tube, from where it is forming, and when I use this HCl on this very super dry litmus paper, definitely result are going to be come, because HCl can release its H plus ion in presence of water, and already it have catchen this. Okay, it catch this. Okay, it catch this before expressing itself. It is full, it is full of water molecules, so we cannot say that HCl is alone. It is with water molecule, and it is very easy for this HCl to release its hydrogen ion, because though paper is dry, but it is full of humidity, it is full of water. But now I'm using an apparatus, so that all the humidity of this HCl is absorbed by or soaked by this apparatus or this tube. And when I will use this dry litmus paper here, okay, when this HCl will come into contact this dry litmus paper, there will be no result, there will be zero result, there will be no result. Why there will be no result? Because here this HCl alone, HCl is alone, and it is not getting any type of water, it is not getting any type of water molecule or anything which helps this HCl to release its H plus ion. It is not getting any type of help because it is alone. Okay, so in this apparatus, we want to test sure, so if this HCl will release here, it is also containing humidity or we can say water, and it will surely give you result that this blue litmus paper will turn to red here. This blue litmus paper will turn to red here because HCl can easily remove its H plus. It can release H plus because this HCl is previously loaded with water, so it don't need anything. It don't need anything, and there is no problem if this litmus paper is wet or dry. It will release it. But here we are using apparatus, and this apparatus, this tube is filled with calcium chloride. Okay, this tube, it is filled with calcium chloride, and this calcium chloride absorb all the humidity. So as soon as this HCl will pass through this apparatus or tube which is made up of calcium chloride will absorb all the humidity, it will absorb all the humidity, and now the HCl is alone. Okay, this HCl is alone, and it will be very difficult for this HCl to convert this blue litmus paper into red because now it is alone. It is not having any type of water molecule. It is much alone, and as it is alone, it cannot release its H plus and Cl minus. So in this experiment, we studied that how acids react with water, how they feel when they get in touch with water. They will feel very happy that there is water and I can express myself. Okay, so now acids goes very happy that I can release my H plus ion and I will make hydronium ion out of this. Okay, so it will very happy that finally I got some water to express myself. Okay, so this guard tube. Okay, and this is moist litmus paper, but when you it will only show something. HCl will only express if you are using anything which is, or any acid will show their reaction if you are using any dry litmus paper. So now it is already moist, but this HCl gas is totally dry. It is totally dry, na? It is totally dry, but this paper is moist, so there is result. You can see red thing. But if this litmus paper is totally dry, if we will use totally dry litmus paper, if we use totally dry litmus paper, and if we will use HCl passing through apparatus, if we use HCl passing through apparatus, so when HCl is alone without any water, and when the litmus paper is completely dry, okay, this is alone without water because we used apparatus. Okay, we used this calcium chloride pump or pipe here. So HCl is alone and it is dry, so there is no water and there will be no result. But here it is wet, so there is no use of making this HCl dry or completely dehydrated. There is no use, na, because this filter paper is previously it is wetted, so there is no use. So it contain water, and when as soon as this HCl come in contact with this water, because this is previously wetted, it will get happy. I'm very happy because I have water now and I can release my H plus ions. Okay, hopefully you got it. If you have any problem in understanding this topic, you can ask me in chat box. Now we are going to understand dilution of concentrated acid. Dilution. Okay, dilution. What is dilution? We know that when we add more water and less acid, when there is more water and there is less acid, this is known as dilution. So in this chapter we will learn about, in this topic we will learn about dilution. So there are two forms or two types of methods to dilute any acid. here it is previously filled with acid, whatever acid you want, and it is previously filled with water. Now we have two options. In first option we can pour water, and in another option we can pour acid. Now which option is more correct? Okay, first of all I want to tell you, or I want to inform you, that this reaction of dilution, because definitely we are adding water to acid, this reaction is exothermic reaction. What is the meaning of exothermic reaction? That this reaction creates heat, it brings heat. So though you add water to acid or you add acid to water, both of the reaction will produce some heat, and you can measure it by directly touching this test tube from outside. Don't dip your finger inside this, or you can do it by using a thermometer. So definitely before adding water to acid or before adding acid to water, the temperature was less, and after dilution, so we can say before dilution the temperature was less. Before adding, or I can say before mixing acid to water, or as water to acid, before mixing the temperature of this beaker was less, but as soon as I dilute them, either I add water to acid or acid to water, the temperature will increase. That's why, because temperature is increasing in each case, either you do this or either you do this. Only one method is correct, which I will tell you in tomorrow. So only one method is correct, but whatever you do, whatever you took this first step or second step, there will be a huge rise in temperature. And that's why this dilution process, what is dilution? When we add water to acid or acid to water, same thing. Definitely it sounds same, but it is definitely very different. I will tell you in tomorrow. So but this process is known as dilution, and it is exothermic reaction because it brings a huge amount of heat which can burn you, so that is exothermic reaction. What is dilution of acid? Is exothermic reaction. Okay, now you are added in my group, in WhatsApp group. All of us are added, and you can text me your problems, queries whenever you want. You can text me privately, or you can text me in our group, and I will continue this topic on tomorrow, same time and same address. Till then, take care of yourself, and bye bye.